In this video, I am going to go over something new. A lot of this will look familiar, so take a second, you can pause the video, copy down some of these notes. I'm going to specifically talk about the top. The bottom is all you've seen in the previous video, and it should be review from previous math classes as well, but talking about equations of lines and slope. So we're specifically in geometry going to take it one step further, and we're going to look at parallel lines and perpendicular lines. So parallel lines, that theorem is that all parallel lines have the same slope. So in order for them to be parallel, their slopes must be the same, which kind of makes sense, right? They need to be going up at that same angle, so that same rise and run is going to give that to us. Perpendicular means the lines are intersecting at 90 degrees. Their slopes also have a special relationship. They're what we call opposite reciprocal slopes. So that's kind of a mouthful, but what that means opposite sign. So one's positive, one's negative. This is just an example here. And then reciprocal means the fraction is flipped. So the rise and run are opposite. Okay, so 2/3 flipped and became 3/2. So if I had one line with a slope of 2/3 and the other with a slope of -3/2, those two lines would be perpendicular to each other because their slopes are opposite reciprocals. Okay, coinciding lines, this is when we get one line on top of another, so it has the exact same slope and the same y-intercept. So essentially, it's the same line, okay? And then this should just be review, like I said, from previous video and previous math classes. But if you need to pause and copy things down, please do so. All right, there are just two examples I'm going to go through here. We are going to write the equation of a line parallel to y equals 3x minus 4 and passes through the point -2, 5 in point slope form. So first things first, look at the form they want us to write it in. Okay, so point slope form. So I need a point and I need slope. Okay, so the point, they're giving that to me. It must go through the point -2, 5. Okay, the slope. Okay, so I want it to be parallel to this one. So remember, parallel lines must have the same slope. So I need to know, what is the slope of this line? Well, this is y equals mx plus b, right? This is the slope, the coefficient on x. So if I want it to be parallel, if this line has a slope of 3, this one must also have a slope of 3. So point slope form, remember, is this guy. So the point is x1, y1, and then slope, remember, is m. So I'm just plugging those into that formula. So I have y minus y1 is 5, m is 3, x minus x1, and remember, anytime I subtract a negative, we can just write that as plus. And I'm done. That is point slope form. I don't need to do anything else. Okay? All right, number 2, write the equation of a line perpendicular to this one, passing through the point here in slope-intercept form. Okay, so slope-intercept form, I need y equals mx plus b. So I need m and b. Okay, well, in this one, my m is -2/3. Okay, so I'm going to put a little perpendicular symbol here, that upside down T. Okay, so actually, this is really similar to the example I used. Opposite reciprocal means it's going to be positive and flipped. Okay, now I don't know b, but I do know a specific point they give me, right? It has to go through 4, -6. So I have a point and I have slope. So I'm going to start with point slope form. I know that's not what they're asking for, but I'm going to start there because I can convert it to the form I want. So here's my x1, y1. So I have y minus y1 is -6, so that's going to change it to plus slope of 3/2 x minus x1. Okay, so now we want slope-intercept form. So I'm going to get y by itself and get rid of the parentheses. So I'm going to distribute. So I have 3/2 x, 3/2 times -4, right? Straight across, I got -12/2, which is -6. So that's what's going here when I do 3/2 times -4. And then over here, I still have y plus 6. Now to get y by itself, I'm going to subtract 6 from both sides. So I have y equals 3/2 x minus 12. So now it's in slope-intercept form. So my recommendation, you guys, is to always actually start with point slope form. If they don't specify what form, just leave it like that. And then if they want slope intercept form, it's really easy to change. Distribute and get y by itself. So big idea though from this video, parallel lines have the same slope, perpendicular lines have opposite reciprocal slopes. And you saw me write it here, but just to reiterate, this is the symbol for parallel, and this is the symbol for perpendicular, upside down T. All right, guys, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching.